Some roads you gotta take alone. No friend, no family, no partner, just you and God. If you do not believe in a higher power, this will not be applicable to you, but do believe in yourself. Sometimes we wonder why certain posts are made the way they are because we genuinely don't want to assume anything. This held a lot of significance because many of us are battling demons we don't even know about. Hello, beautiful people. So I hope y'all look good, doing good, feeling fantastic, all that greatness. Now, there are two parts to this video. The first part, I had to vent, okay? So just hear me out. Now, there's this valuable friend that I have that once asked me, would you rather have respect or would you rather have this specialized treatment as a woman out here in this trucking industry? Initially, my thought process was like respect, of course, but that's not how I responded. If we think about it, I'd rather have respect, because if not, we are allowing anyone to disrespect us, treat us in any type of way if we don't set those initial boundaries. Know your worth. If there's no respect mutually, there's no partnership, there's no relationship, there's no communication. There's nothing concrete that will be established if there is no respect. And then it ends up being baffling on one side when someone disrespects you, but you disrespect them back. Where's the confusion in that? We're human. I made a post in my community section and on IG. What's most valuable to you within your work environment? Granted, freedom, control, peace, money are all factors that should be important. They should. There may not be one that outweighs the other, but we're all entitled to our own opinions. Me, personally, peace is vital within this trucking industry, because without peace, there's chaos. With chaos, there's destruction, self-destruction. Those individuals who end up being suicidal, those individuals don't have much peace if they're literally taking their lives. Peace is essential a part of this industry. A part of the reason why I wrote my book was honestly to implement new strategies for the trucking industry. It's no reason that drivers should be paying for tolls. It's no reason that drivers should be paying for showers, parking, etc., etc., etc. These places of where we deliver, whether we're doing power only or whether we're doing these live loads or live unloads, somebody always needs something from a truck driver. So when it comes to change, needs to come, man, for real. Within these facilities of where we're delivering to or picking up these loads or whatever, my experience at Landstar one time was being in a dock door for 7+ hours being unloaded. It's no reason at all that these facilities should take that long to get the product off of the trailers. I understand you got to go through the proper procedures to count your product, count the load, do whatever you got to do, but it's no excuse. It's not. Then they get confused when after 11-12 hours of waiting, you walk back in. What's up? What's going on with the load? What's the status? I need my paperwork. They get confused. They get upset. They get an attitude. But at the end of the day, these brokers, these dispatchers, these companies, these people out here don't give a damn about truck drivers. Some of them do, genuinely, and then some of them don't. Because they know at the end of the day, a truck driver is going to do whatever they got to do because they know they got a family to feed, or they need to sustain their finances in some way. They need to be able to sustain their means in some way, in which many of us do, But at the end of the day, the main distinction between power only and being loaded, live unload, is peace. It is peace. It's more time consuming when you're getting loaded or unloaded. It's more wear and tear. It really is on your truck, picking up at these facilities. They end up being in the boondocks, in the cut, A lot of places at the power only facilities many of them end up being right off the highway, which is a blessing. Nobody's trying to go through back roads, country roads. And no, don't want to try to do that. And a tractor trailer, no. It's already enough of a hassle dealing with the drivers on the road who don't know how to merge properly, who don't know how to drive, who act like a truck can stop within the blink of an eye. It's already a hassle dealing with that. So, in all honesty, you want to be able to get in where you fit in and do what works best for you. There are some people who've never done power only, but they're quick to speak on it. You know, try it first, test it out first before you end up making your assumptions. Some people who, the money is a huge difference. I feel like you'll normally get some higher rates whenever you're picking your loads. You can negotiate your rates. Know your worth, I'm telling you. But again, once you have that peace, you won't be emotionally distraught. You won't be mentally, spiritually distraught. So I'm about to go get some food, and Lord knows seafood be bussin'. This restaurant here, I went with a friend who had located it, and in Mississippi, this place is legit. So I'm about to disconnect from this trailer, and we're gonna go from there. Y'all know how sometimes we end up searching for things that really we don't know what we're searching for, or rather whatever we are searching for ends up being right in front of us, but we can't see it for ourselves. Sometimes we end up being blessed with certain people to come in and out our lives to help us with some type of direction or provide us with some type of guidance to help us fulfill our own purpose. Rick Ross once said, all he wanted to do was move correctly as long as he wastes no time. I felt that. I did. Now the power only versus, we're going to call it docking side, will overlap with what I already said, but I'm going to elaborate briefly. Deductions is a huge factor. It is. Doing power only, you might not be worrying about cargo insurance or trailer rental fees or reefer fuel or whatever. Now, depending on whether you bought your own trailer on the other side, big kudos to you. Super congratulations. You made your boss moves, right? I already said peace was the main distinction between the two. There are some facilities that you're not dealing with people on a day-to-day basis doing power only, you know? No one is calling you, harassing you for an ETA 10, 15 times a day. Now, unless you downloaded macro points on the other side to where your load is being tracked, no one will call you. And there are some brokers or dispatchers that will take loads away from you if you don't download that app to track your load. But who wants to be tracked out here? Honestly, some days who do. Transparency is key. I feel like there are some, and everything is company based. I feel like a lot of power only loads they're transparent, you know. You see exactly where you're going, you pay, you get up, you go on about your business. Now, brokers, dispatchers, some of them will chop off or alter rate confirmations in which you really have no proof unless you're there to really see it for yourself, you know. Fueling, I feel like there's better fuel mileage that you can receive doing power only because we're hauling a lot of empties, a lot of empty tanks, flatbed, step deck trailers, empty, you know, compared to, well, if you're picking your own loads, you know exactly what type of weight that you're hauling. So, and of course, depending on your truck, how well your truck gets fuel mileage, that's on you. Time, drop and hook, stick and move, man. Power only is you just drop, you hook, you go on about your business, compared to long docking hours that some drivers end up being in dock for as long as 11, 12 hours, okay? And if detention doesn't kick in after being at a facility an hour too long or after 2 hours, getting paid $100 an hour, detention isn't always guaranteed. As for the pay, it does depend on the loads, on the power only loads. There are profitable loads and there are some maybe not so much, but enough to get you by. So it might be more beneficial on the other side. Equipment, less strain on the power only side. Locations, a lot of times they end up being off the highway, but of course it really just depends on whatever load that you're getting. On the docking side, it could be the same thing. There are a lot of facilities that end up being off the highway too. But sometimes, even in possibly both aspects, you have to drive a ways on country roads and doing all types of maneuvers just to get to your actual final destination or your pickup. So it all depends on the actual load itself and where it's going. Now, all in all, which is better? Like I've said before, whichever is better is the one that, works for you the most. There are some people who don't like power only for reasons that it doesn't align with their path. There are some people who genuinely don't mind those long waiting times in dock doors because I guess you can catch up on things like sleep. If you have other priorities or goals going on for yourself, you're able to address those other things. So it's all case by case basis. It really is. In the beginning, I said don't allow nobody to disrespect you, right? There'll be no type of relationship, partnership, communication, etc. These brokers, these dispatchers, company owners don't allow or tolerate that disrespect, because if not, it's going to go on continuously through some type of unhealthy perpetual cycle. So know your worth in this trucking industry and even outside the trucking industry. Until the next, do what you love what you do, make it work best for you.
Got this shit about the mud, still running like I'm trying to get my way up.
Now y'all know I love me some words and I can't let y'all go out like that. I don't fake my lifestyle. I have good days, bad days, broke days, pay days, up days, and down days. But every day, let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.